Hello everybody, this is Starman, and welcome to Let's Play Day of the Tentacle Remastered. Well, I was going to get back to Fallout 4, but then this game came out, and I had to go and relive a very special part of my misspent youth. You see, the Maniac Mansion series, which Day of the Tentacle was the second game in, is very important to me and my personal development as a gamer. I started out on the old 8-bit Nintendo system back in the day, and Maniac Mansion was originally a PC game that was adapted for the NES system. That's redundant. Yeah, the Nintendo Entertainment System, the old school 8-bit one. To some degree of controversy, it turned out that they, in the first version of the game, left in some stuff that was okay for a PC game aimed at adults, not so good for what was largely seen as a children's toy at the time. I'll get into that later because they throw some references to that in this game. But anyway, they have put out a digitally remastered, will not crash on modern systems, allegedly, version of the game, which also has a lot of bonus material, a director's commentary while you're playing the game, and so forth. We will not be playing that because I'm doing the commentary here. So with no further ado, let's get to the opening movie.
I'm thirsty.
I don't think you should drink that. It looks bad for you.
Nonsense. It makes me feel great. Smarter. More aggressive. I feel like I could. Like I could. Like I could. Take all the world.
Look, Hoagie, it's a hamster. Just what I need for dissection lab tomorrow.
I think I need that for the band, Laverne. You know, like we could bite its head off or whatever.
Hands off that hamster.
Friend of yours, Bernard?
He belongs to Weird Ed Edison, and it looks like he's brought us a note. It's from my old friend, Green Tentacle. He says that Purple Tentacle's mutated into an insane genius, and Dr. Fred's going to kill them both. I thought I was free of Dr. Fred and those crazy Edisons forever. But now, I know that I must go...
Dun dun dun!
Back to the mansion!
So, quick note while we're going through the opening credits here. The original Maniac Mansion was sort of a comedic tribute to the old 50s B-movies. The plot was that you played a college student whose girlfriend had been kidnapped by Dr. Fred, the local mad scientist, for heaven knows what's experiments. So you get to start out with your one regular character, and then pick from two other companions from a list of other people, all different skills. You have Bernard the computer geek, you've got Razor the punk rock riot girl, you've got Sid the 80s new wave musician, Wendy the writer, Michael the photographer, Jeff the surfer. And, you know, it was one of the first computer games to offer you various bits of replay value, because you could solve the game in different ways depending upon the skills of the characters. So you had a lot of replay value. It was the very first adventure game that LucasArts, yes, LucasArts is in George Lucas, they had a computer game company that made stuff besides Star Wars at one point, and they made some of the best adventure games ever. In fact, I'd say that, well, you can debate the merits of Sierra Online's PC games versus LucasArts. I personally preferred LucasArts because they had, after the first 2 games, a commitment to not penalizing you for experimenting. There wouldn't be any I randomly walk off a cliff type stuff. But, yeah, here we go with the sequel, where we go back to the mansion.
Okay, we'll spread out commando style. Laverne, you go secure the area behind those double doors. Hoagie, you take care of upstairs reconnaissance. I'll maintain Command HQ here, in the lobby.
What are we looking for?
We've got to find where Dr. Fred is holding the tentacles.
This better not take too long. I've got an anatomy final tomorrow.
And I've got a show to set up later tonight. If I'm late, I don't get to test the drums.
If I know Dr. Fred, he's got the tentacles tied up in his secret lab. Question is, where's his secret lab?
Well, you'd think you'd know. I mean, presumably you were there for, you know, the end of the game where you broke into his secret lab. But, yeah, the whole end section of the game, without spoiling anything, because I might wind up playing that later, you wind up finding out that it's a big misunderstanding and that Dr. Fred is not quite who he says he is, and that the real Dr. Fred is being, you know, otherwise manipulated. So, yeah, nice thing to give us this nice little control list here, but I think I remember how this works. Oh, now this is nice. They actually highlight the objects with the, when you mouse over them. And there used to be a control thing on the bottom that showed you different commands. But now you can just right-click and do, you know, push, pull. It gives you all the options here, rather than having half the screen be taken up by the big command thing. And, yeah, nice little touch with this one is that if you just leave your characters unattended, not doing anything, they will just pose and do stuff. So let's see. Let's look at Chuck the Plant.
A horticultural horror.
Oh, let's see. Can I look at the door? Nope, only open, close, and use. Okay, look at flyer.
That one looks like it's from a local hardware store.
Oh, what the heck? Let's get the flyer. Never know, could be useful. Let's see, look at the Help Wanted sign.
Help wanted. Lab assistant. Hard-working moronic drone needed to assist genius with experiments. High school diploma not required.
Yeah, well, that could be useful too. Look at window.
Someone's breaking into a car out there.
Well, I'm not going to do anything about that. Yet. Okay, that's the door. Let's see. Use door, open door. It will not let me examine the doors to see where they might be going, apparently. Let's see. Service bell. Let's use the service bell. Well, that did nothing. Gum with a dime stuck in it. Let's see. Give gum with a dime stuck in it 2. Push, pull. Let's push.
It's stuck to the floor.
Ew. Well, doubtlessly we will have to get that later.
Out of order.
Let's see. Open picture, look, push picture.
I'd rather not mess with it. It might be booby-trapped. It's signed, here's your EPA grant. Keep up the good work. Hi from Mommy, Ronnie 83.
Yeah, that's a bit of a joke if you remember your 80s politics, because as we clearly saw, Dr. Fred is not that interested in obeying environmental safety standards, and neither was Ronnie R. Okay, let's look at the grandfather clock.
There's something funny about that clock.
Let's see, Open it.
Aha! A secret passage. This is all too easy.
Laverne, how'd you get upstairs?
Am I upstairs? I got lost.
Seen any tentacles?
What's a tentacle?
Oh, just something I whipped up in my spare time. Made good pets, actually, until one of them tried to take over the world. Had to tie the little buggers up in the basement.
Good thing you told us that.
Yeah, Bernard wanted us to set them free.
Thank God you weren't that stupid. Did you say Bernard?
Okay, you're free to go.
Thanks, Bernard.
Yes, thank you, naive human. Now I can finish taking over the world.
Wait!
Oh, yeah. Now I remember. He's incredibly evil, isn't he?
I'll try to talk him out of it.
Whoops.
Well, what possible harm could one insane mutant tentacle do?
Leaping lab rats!
Dr. Fred.
What have you done this time, you meddling milquetoast? Now Purple Tentacle is free to use his evil mutant powers to take over the world and enslave all humanity!
Whoops.
Our only hope now is to turn off my sludge-o-magic machine and prevent the toxic mutagen from entering the river.
Isn't it a little late for that, Doctor?
Of course, that's why I'll have to do it yesterday through the time machine.
This is all your fault, Bernard.
Behold, children, the Chronogon.
Doc, can't you just send Bernard?
No, you must all go to increase the odds that one of you will make it there alive.
Have any people ever been hurt in this thing?
Of course not. This is the first time I've ever tried it on people. Well, I'll be.
Bernard, float over here so I can punch you.
This must be that Woodstock place Mom and Dad are always talking about.
What could it all mean?
I don't know. I don't want to know.
Die. Die.
We may not live to see yesterday.
I'm sure Dr. Fred wouldn't have done this if it weren't safe.
After all, he is a doctor.
It works! I can't believe it! And they said imitation diamond wasn't good enough. Uh-oh.
Ew.
Cheap mail-order jewels.
What happened to Hoagie and Laverne?
I knew I should have bought a real diamond.
Are they alive?
My dials say that the largest specimen landed 200 years in the past, and the other is stuck 200 years in the future.
Well, hurry up and bring them back.
I will, as soon as I get a new diamond. Then all your buddies have to do is plug in their respective chronogons and...
Plug them in? Where is Hoagie going to find an electrical outlet 200 years in the past?
Yes, well, he'll be needing my patented super battery then, won't he? Now, where did I put those patented super battery plans of mine?
Plans? How are we going to get Hoagie plans?
Don't worry me with details, boy. Just help me find the plans. They're in this house somewhere.
Now what am I going to do?
I think I made myself perfectly clear. Step 1, find plans. Step 2, save world. Step 3, get out of my house. Let's get cracking.
Concept art unlocked. Well, that's nice. Anyway, yeah, so now, with a slight tribute to Doctor Who, we now have our parties split up in different points in time. And part of the fun of this game is that you do have to send objects to the other members of your party. You can flush small objects through the chronogon to one another. So you have to do things in the past that affect the present, or things in the present that affect the future, and vice versa to help each other out and keep going to where you can get all the pods charged and make your way back toward getting back to the present, saving the world, and ew. Okay, let's just go ahead and look at this.
I'm surprised I ever got out of there alive.
Let's see, look at time machine.
It can't do anything without a new diamond.
Just in case you forgot.
Maybe I put them upstairs. That's got to be it. Upstairs.
Just in case we need the subtle nudge. Except, hey, what's this?
It's Dr. Fred's design for a super battery. It's capable of storing up to 1 gigavolt with a charging time of only 0.01 seconds. Wow! I've got the plans.
Quick, we have to flush them to Hoagie.
How did you get over there?
My ingenious super battery design, please.
You really flushed them.
Yes.
Down the toilet.
No, through time. Using the highly sophisticated time flux hydraulic vortex chamber I've installed in each chronogon, you can flush small inanimate objects to each other through time. Flush small inanimate objects to each other through time.
Hello? Dr. Fred, can you hear me? Drat.
Did you hear something?
No. Let's see if what's-his-name catches on.
Oh, great. I'm stuck in colonial times. Tentacles are taking over the world, and now the toilet's backing up.
Okay. Come over here. It's your old pal, Dr. Fred.
Dr. Fred, how'd you get in there?
I want you to pick up those plans you see in the chronogon, Hoagie. Bring them to Red Edison. He's my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather.
That's a lot of greats.
You know what to do.
You need the plans to make a super battery so you can plug in your chronogon.
Okay, if you say so, Bernard.
Good boy. Does he have any experience with electronics?
Well, I once saw him take 3,000 volts directly through his head without batting an eye.
Didn't he pass out?
Well, he was already passed out when it happened.
Time for me to save the world, I guess.
And okay, there's our inventory. And we can hit the keys, it said, to switch between everybody. At least I thought it did.
Ye olde outhouses. Grody. Grody. Nah, It stinks. I'd rather use a tree.
Hey, a kumquat tree.
Kumquats. I don't wanna.
Okay. Meanwhile,
How about an amendment that the president has to be a human being?
Please, this is serious business.
You're right.
and more concept art unlocked. And I love the backgrounds in this game. They said when they were designing it originally that their biggest influence on the animation was Chuck Jones, and you can tell that with a lot of the slapstick humor, but especially with the backgrounds. They had kind of that one tribute in the opening credits where... wow, I'm getting concept art unlocked with every single step on this thing. Look at the carriage. Why not?
It's totally covered with crud.
Crud, yes, we will call it that, euphemistically. Hey, mailbox.
It's closed.
Well, this... oh, not the mailbox flag. I want to open the mailbox. Let's see.
You're brilliant. What a novel design. Come to Baltimore at once.
I'm just going to open it automatically. Yeah, a bit of explanation for this. One of the members of the Edison family is dead cousin Ted, who is in fact a fully wrapped mummy.
Cool, the room clerk's a mummy. What's up? Don't feel like talking, huh? Vow of silence or something, probably, right? Well, that's cool.
I have something for Red Edison.
I have something for Red Edison. Do you know where I could find him? Great hat, man. I dig the three-corner idea. It's so piratey, you know?
And yeah, this is not going to go anywhere, but...
Ever see the movie The Secret of Monkey Island?
they changed the name to Pirates of Caribbean.
Wendell Finkwinkle is awesome as the Guybrush dude.
No, really, there was an attempt...
nice talking to you, dude.
There really was a script for a movie based upon the game Secrets of Monkey Island, also by LucasArts Games, and the same guys who designed this one. And weirdly enough, the guy who wrote it wound up later writing Pirates of the Caribbean, the first one. Smoke detector.
It's a little cage with a canary in it, perched above a little lever. The Constitutional Convention invites your comments, critiques, amendment to the Constitution.
Okay, that shivering guy is John Hancock, apparently. And the other guy is Thomas Jefferson. And hey, George Washington. Look at Constitution in progress.
They don't seem to have gotten too far.
And there is a portrait of a turkey on the wall. Gold-plated quill pen.
Stolen from the desk of George Washington.
Let's see.
Hey, keep your hands off that. Hey, keep your hands off that.
Okay, we apparently cannot pick that up just yet. And, well, we could try talking to them, I suppose, but... let's just look around a little bit more before we get involved in some lengthy conversations. Let's see, we've got spaghetti, we've got oil, got water pump.
Betcha.
Let's see, we got a bucket. And the tiny bottle is not selectable for some reason. Well, I got some inkling of what we might want to do with this. Let's try... use water pump with the bucket. That was hardcore. And I think you think I can guess what I'm doing with this. Because we've got a filthy card out here. I've got a bucket, I got a brush. Inevitably, we're probably going to have to clean this thing off.
Making it dirtier won't help.
And it looks like they've added in this digital leaf blowing around effect.
I won't be able to get it very clean without soap.
Okay, so I have to go find soap somewhere. Obviously.
It's closed.
Aha!
It's covered with plans and junk. He seems busy. It looks more like a raincoat than a lab coat.
Hey, only employees are allowed to use that lab coat.
Hey.
What is it?
You look kind of
You
familiar.
look kind of familiar.
Of course I do. I'm Red Edison, the inventor, not to mention owner of this inn. Perhaps you've seen my picture in some important scientific journal. Then again, maybe not.
Since the camera hasn't been invented yet, I'd say not.
Do you know Ben Franklin?
Franklin? I would never associate with that overstuffed goofball. He has the stupidest idea about glasses with one red lens and one blue one.
What are you doing?
I'm inventing, you simpleton. What's it look like I'm doing?
I know an inventor who looks a bit like you.
Well, it's not one of my sons, that's for sure. It appears that I, Red Edison, foremost genius of my day, am to be the last in a long line of gifted inventors. My nearly indistinguishable sons have decided that they want to be artists. I think it was Jed's idea. Or is it Ned? Well, the left-handed one at any rate. Must be some sort of bad blood on their mother's side.
What are you inventing?
It's a complex metal device designed to minimize paper entropy.
What are you inventing?
It's a complex metal device designed to minimize paper entropy.
In other words, a paperclip.
Well, see you later.
You might if you cut that hair a bit shorter.
You know what the heck. Let's see if we can give him our plans.
Super battery, eh? Brilliant design. Sometimes I amaze myself. Now all I need is oil, vinegar, and some gold.
Well, we've got oil. Might as well give that to him now.
Ah, excellent. I need that for my super battery.
Vinegar, well, that's going to be a bit trickier. Might as well go check upstairs. I'm guess I'm unlocking concept art for every room I get in. And quick little Easter egg here. If you're a fan of the Sam and Max comics, which if you played the old LucasArts games you should be, there's a picture of a rather familiar looking figure.
The late Max Addix, his petard runneth over. A lamentable fate for such a patriotic dude.
Yeah, apparently that was Max the Bunny's ancestor. Actually, I'm sorry, he wasn't a bunny, he was a lagomorph. And yeah, George Washington sleeps here.
I guess this is George Washington's bed.
Brilliant detective work, and apparently there's a cord of some type here. Because doubtlessly you'll need to summon the somebody up here in employ to distract them at some point.
I told you guys I'll get to the flag next. I'm working as fast as I can.
Hey, chill. Take your time.
Don't tell me you've got another design change for the flag.
I've got another design change for the flag.
I've got another design change for the flag.
I knew it. What's the current brainstorm from our fickle founding fathers?
We need a babe in a leather bikini swinging a broadaxe.
Woo!
Oh, what the heck. At this point, I'd do anything just to have it over with. Put the pattern on the table, and I'll look at it when I'm done with this job.
Okay, so I need to find some cool Frank Frazetta-style artwork worked into a flag pattern, or presumably I'll need to find something else that can be turned into a flag pattern. Hey, wine!
Chateau de Cheapo, 1775. I don't quite see how it can fly. I don't understand that technical stuff. Hey, what's that on the plans? It looks like a secret backwards message. Oh, it's just a coffee stain. Probably the underwear drawer. Grody, man. I don't go through people's underwear.
I do take wine that's not nailed down, though.
Hi, Horsey.
Oh, hi yourself.
Wow, you can talk.
Wow, so can you. What a coincidence.
I didn't think horses could talk.
Maybe they just never had anything to say to you. Ever think of that?
You mean horses have been snubbing me my whole life?
Well, if you want to put it that way.
What's a nice horse like you doing in a place like this?
Hey, I live here. What are you doing here?
I'm trying to get back to the future and save the world.
The future, huh? And I thought that Franklin guy was off his nut.
Nice teeth.
Thanks. I paid quite a bit for them.
Is this some kind of a trick?
I don't do magic. I'm just a horse.
Well, I gotta go.
See you later.
Horse with false teeth, and George Washington is in the building. I suspect there will be shenanigans afoot at some point.
Question is, which one's stuffed and which one's the real McCoy?
I assure you that we are both real, but we are neither one of us McCoys. We are Edisons, Ned and Jed.
Who's who?
Does it really matter? Even our dear father can't tell us apart. He only knows that one of us is left-handed while the other is right, but that neither of us are following in his tiny scientific footsteps. Hold still, Jed. So, I'm almost too frightened to ask, are you the marble delivery man? Or the model?
I'm the model. Yeah.
I'm the model. Should I take my clothes off now?
No. No, you most definitely should not. We couldn't get your body shape right anyway, unless we cemented 2 slabs of marble together. But then your statue would have a big seam in it.
That's okay. It would have one anyway.
Look, don't call us. We'll call you.
Dang. I'm no marble delivery man, but rock is my life.
I'm sure that's terribly amusing, where you're from. Where exactly did you come from?
The future.
Yeah, this conversation takes a bit.
Kind of spooky sounding, ain't it? Ooh, the future. I'm from the future. Look out.
Gosh, it would be so nice if you weren't here anymore.
Sorry, hope I haven't jostled you.
Too late.
Well, let us leave this silly conversation. Head to the stairway really quick.
What a pretty pussycat.
No joke there. Hey, more things to take that are not nailed down. Jed's bed, Ned's bed.
Very Spartan.
Squeaky mouse toy.
Cats dig these. Yipe.
Okay. Clearly we cannot take that until we otherwise distract the cat. Well, we've explored the whole house at this point. I think this is a good time to stop. And next time we will continue, seeing what we can do here in the past. Well put, Hoagie. Well put. I'll see you next time.